Alright, you little faggots, it's time for another goddamn video. In this video, I've tried to make 3 or 4 times over the past 2 weeks, and each time I end up finding out more bullshit after I make the video, and so I just don't give a shit to go back and take it out or change the way I said shit, so fuck off. At the current moment, it seems as if I am aware of all the bullshit, and what was fucked and what isn't fucked, and what's gonna be fucked. So, hooray! First of all, some fun Arken news. So, TMH on Fire 102 bought 2 Arken EP5s, which is exactly what you see in front of you. And both of them have doubling reticles at max magnification, and he says it just looks like total fucking dog shit. And both of them were that way out of the box, and I don't understand that at all. I mean, mine was in the mail for like a week. In the middle of the hottest month of summer, I put it outside in the direct sunlight for multiple hours a day, before, during, and after each session. Constantly fucked with the magnification all the way, and pretty belligerently, I might add, to make sure that there wasn't an excess of grease in there, or make sure everything goes the way it should go while you're using it. Go through the full range of motion on the magnification, the eye relief, parallax, and the tracking on the turrets. So I've got about 10 hours and God knows how many turret tracking click time on the adjustment wheels, and mine looks still to this day totally fine. I don't understand. I haven't shot a lot with it at all. I've only really soft zeroed it with about 15 or 20 rounds, but it tracked fine during that. If 2 out of the 3 of those are fucked, that is absolute garbage, and you can just go right on and suck a big fat fucking dick, Arken, because that is bull fucking shit. At that point, you're playing a fucking Vortex game. So, welcome to how it feels to be a company that bites off more than they can chew, you stupid fuckers. So, when mine takes a shit, which it probably fucking will, yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm not even gonna talk about that anymore. Moving on to the, Honey Badger bent rail / EOTech, crooked EOTech. I got this EOTech, and well, you really can't see it right here. The gap between the receiver and the polymer housing or whatever that's inside of the EOTech unit was kind of cockeyed from the beginning, but I figured that it wasn't actually canted, it was just the shape of the plastic molding there, and I didn't eyeball it from this way at all, because why would I? Until after I dropped it and saw that the rail got biffed around, and when I eyeballed the piss out of it from this direction, you could definitely tell that either the EOTech or the rail was crooked. And given that at this point I was just shitting my pants and was like, oh, look what I have done. I have done this to the EOTech, because surely it wasn't canted before I dropped it, when it was, but I just didn't consciously know that it wasn't mating up to this upper receiver correctly. So I go online and look, and there have been people that have dealt with this bullshit for decades, I guess. Occasionally someone will get a unit that just doesn't mate up right to a certain type of upper receiver, which shit if I know what that is, and it's pretty bullshit that it doesn't mate up to a fucking, I mean, like, what the hell? How would that receiver be any different than any other fucking receiver? Whatever. So apparently that's the problem. So I contacted EOTech and told them what's going on, and they said they're going to do a replacement, direct replacement. But what I really need to have happen is, once they issue me a brand new replacement one, I would like for them to be able to exchange it for a 300 blackout model. And I mean, I'll happily pay the $20 price difference in the models, you know, but they said they don't do model swaps, which is bullshit, because I read on a forum where a dude had one that he didn't, you know, he wanted a different model, and so they did an exchange for him. So, because I need that fucking 300 blackout model. I am dyslexic and retarded, and I cannot, there is absolutely no possible way that I'm going to remember the whole difference between subs and supers with one reticle on this EOTech. 300 blackout model, not only do they have like a reticle chart with all kinds of info combo stapled onto the top of the unit itself, but it's got 2 reticles in there, for one for subsonic, supersonic, so that way all you have in order to fully switch and be capable in the field on the fly is change a mag. Either way, if they say kick rocks, then I guess I'll sell the goddamn new replacement one and then take it up the ass on that and scrounge up at a few extra bucks to be able to get the other one, because I am gonna get the other fucking Neotech model. I need it. I don't need this, I need the 300 Blackout. Hooray! Yeah, and also, so the rail on the Honey Badger wasn't bent. I bought a replacement rail from Optics Planet, which another thing on that is it says those are black, and it has a couple of people that actually asked a specific question, because the stock image shows the gray rail, and they said the stock image is gray, is the product black? Someone said, yes, this product will be black in color. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, cool. You know, I'll get a replacement rail for the bent one, and it might be black. So, and I'm already aware of the reason that this upper and this handguard are the color that they are, is because they're not colorized. They're clear coat anodized, and that process changes 6061 to gray and 7076 to, you know, this color, which is pretty much flat dark earth. But you can get variations every batch of shit that they make, you know, and the way it boils or whatever in the vat can come out darker or lighter, but generally you're going to be looking at the typical Honey Badger rail cover or color, which is great. So I sent that shit back, so we'll see if I get store credit for that. And I was thinking about getting a Juliet magnifier, since it's about half the size of this goddamn dinosaur over here. I'm pleased with this and the way the glass, it was really good quality glass for 100 bucks. This thing is certainly impressive, but it's just so, it's heavy. The Juliet weighs more than this actually, but it is legit like half the size. This is so huge. Every time I go out and I don't have this on there, I'm ass hurt about it. And every time I go out and I do have it on there, I'm ass hurt about it because I can't run it like this, because it's just fucking, well, that's way too awkward to run like that. Plus, it is hanging out there a half a fucking mile. But I don't know if I'm going to end up getting the Juliet magnifier or something else. They might tell me to eat shit and die, given the fact that I sent them the fucked up original rail. And kept the replacement. So, listen to me, bitch. When I get done dirty, every single fucking go around and every goddamn thing I get is fucked and shitty. At some point, I'm gonna start being fucked and shitty too. So, they're probably gonna notice that it's all gird up and not give me a refund anyway. So, fuck them. And fuck it. And fuck Arken. And...